This is one of those things where I think, those magicians revealed videos where I should wear a mask. I'm here to make a video for you that is going to be very candid, straight talking. A lot of you, when you start up or are currently trading, the biggest question you ask for yourself is which freight forwarder? If you're doing domestic work only, it's a transport company, trucking company, that's pretty straightforward. But if you're doing international trading, the biggest, I think, doubt in your head is who is the type of company that is best for you? And I'll make another video in terms of top 5 freight forwarders in Australia and so forth for you later. So you want to watch that video when I do make that. But today, I'm just going to talk about the simple truth about the difference between a multinational and a domestic freight forwarding company. So who do you use, a multinational or a domestic company? And I think this is a very important subject because a lot of the human psyche we have is that when we start a business, we want the best for our business, naturally. So we tend to think, okay, well, if we use the biggest, that must be the best. Newsflash, no. That will be your biggest mistake. And I'll tell you why. If you're a startup, stay away from multinationals. They're not for you, full stop. Multinational companies, look, they started off as a small domestic company, right? It's only because they've been around for a while, they've done some great things, which made them grow, and therefore they have, organically grown to a different country and so forth, and they're scaled up to make more money. Let's just put it that way, right? So as they scale up, they will give you a lot of touch points. So on the paper, it looks great. They've got every country covered, So if you're looking to trade between more than one country, 2 or 3 countries, you want to work with the same company, a multinational, in theory, is a no-brainer. These large multinational companies, and let's use the most obvious one, DHL. I respect DHL a hell of a lot. Out of all the multinationals out there, they just get stuff done, and they get it done right. And they're on the forefront of technology as well. But if you're a startup and you want to go and work with DHL, it doesn't work. Why? Because how much time are they really going to give to you? Are they really interested in your business? This is what you need to ask for yourself. With larger companies, they've got larger costs. And if they don't make enough money from you, frankly, they're not interested. The companies that I see, like the SMEs working with multinationals, they're more often than not paying more than they need to. Purely why? Because they're working with a multinational. They may sleep better at night time. And so you should, because these tend to be most financially secure companies, correct. But are you getting your bang for your buck? It rarely is the case. Believe me, I used to sell for a lot of multinationals. I know what I'm talking about. I recall when I was working for a multinational company, Fortune 500, they are in the top 10 freight forwarders in the world. We had to literally come together and almost sell to each other internally. And because I'm in Australia, we're not even a pin drop in the global economy. And so I literally have to go with my, little plea book and go, oh, Mr. USA branch, can you please give me some of your sales staff to focus on my trade lane, and whatever shipment I give you, please, get your service staff to pay more priority. Because if you think about, for example, USA, right, they'll deal with their own offices in China, Europe, who, due to the population, have so much more traffic going into there. China's giving me 10,000 shipments a week. Australia's only giving me 1,000. But I've only got 100 people to service that. The bulk line share of it is going to go to China. So what I get in Australia station essentially is a cut price version. This may not be true for every single multinational, I know, but there's a lot of that commercial reality at play. So you as a customer needs to understand, just because a company is large, it doesn't mean that they can give you what you need as a business. Juxtapose that with a national company. So what's the difference here? Well, you've got the larger version of the domestic company. They might still have some international offices, but not as well covered as the true multinationals. And then you've got the local domestic companies who only have one station, who has a network of agents around the world. Now, never shy off talking to a freight forwarder who has agents overseas, okay? Because that freight forwarder, because he's only got one station, that is that freight forwarder's livelihood, such as in our case, right? So because we know that's our livelihood and we've got to compete with someone like DHL, we have to work so much harder to make sure we go around every country we trade and find the best version of us in that country, because we know that we have to compete against someone like DHL. Yes, it's not always perfect, and I will tell you that, no, but it is always the motivation. Our motivation will always be hungrier than that of a multinational. Am I biased because I run a smaller company now? Maybe. But when you're working with a multinational, have you ever met the manager of the salesperson? You might have met the manager, great. Have you met the state manager? Have you met the general manager? have you met the owner? I can assure you that reality will quickly diminish the higher we go. It simply means the touch points you have, depending on the size of your business, working with a multinational is far less compared to going towards a smaller national domestic company. When you add all these things together, right, it still comes down to my fundamental rule. If you're a business, you need to understand where you sit in your suppliers list. It's the 80-20 rule. You've got to be in that top 20 percentile. If you're interested in some of this and you want to learn it for your business specifically, reach out to us, right? tgl.co. Call us, 1-800-845-845. One of our guys will talk to you. We will literally hold your hands. And if we're not suited to you, we'll tell you, because we're not here to waste your time. Neither are we here to waste our own time. We truly give a damn about our customers, and we will not jeopardize the consistency of our service by acquiring things that doesn't fit us. And you should do the same for your own business. Thank you very much for your time.
Think Global Logistics.